Buying your first home in the UK, most people budget for the deposit and the mortgage, but what catches them out is all the hidden costs that creep along the way. And if you're a foreign national and you're already trying to figure out how things work, getting hit with another fee is the last thing that you need, right? So I can't count the number of times that I've actually had a client say, I didn't realize I'd need that too. It's one of the most common reasons that people delay their purchase or feel overwhelmed mid-process. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down some of the hidden costs of buying a home in the UK so you know exactly what to expect and how to plan ahead confidently. So let's talk about what actually makes up the hidden costs, because it's more than just your deposit. One of the biggest ones is stamp duty. Now, if you're a first-time buyer and the property you're buying is over £300,000, then you'll likely need to pay it. The amount you'll pay depends on the price of the property and if you own any other properties too. The next cost, which can be quite large, are the legal costs. So for this, you will need a solicitor or conveyancer to handle all of the paperwork and the legal side of the purchase. And that usually costs in total somewhere between £1,500 to £2,000. But it does depend, because it depends on the location of the solicitor and it depends on the type of property too. Now, those fees are normally paid throughout the process. You might pay a small amount up front and a small amount later. Now, even if your lender does a basic property valuation, we'd normally recommend getting a survey done. And there are a couple of types of these. So there's firstly a Homebuyer's report, and then there's a full structural survey. Depending on which one you go for, the cost can range anywhere between £400 all the way up to £1,000. Now, there's also some mortgage fees to consider. So a lot of lenders will charge not just the interest rate, but also what we call a lender arrangement fee. And that's generally up to about £999. Now, it is possible to add that to the loan sometimes, but it can be good to budget for it just in case. Now, of course, when you're moving property, there's also the cost of doing that. So if you've got lots of things you need to move over and you don't have the car space to do it, you might need to pay for a removal company to help you with that. And that, again, could range anywhere between £300 all the way up to £1,000. Now, a monthly cost that is very, very important, but a lot of people don't consider, is actually to do with protecting you against the risks involved with getting the mortgage. Now, what I'm actually speaking about here is what we call personal protection insurances. And this is things like life insurance, critical illness cover, and income protection. And this is especially important if you're buying either with a partner or you have a family there, because we need to make sure we're not leaving you at any risk of the bank being able to come back and take the property away to get their money back if you couldn't pay the mortgage. When I work with clients, especially foreign nationals navigating the UK system for the first time, of course, we make sure that these costs are in the plan from day one to prevent any surprises. And if you're saving up for your deposit, don't just focus on that, but also think about these costs that I've mentioned today. So if you've got any questions about the costs, you're unsure what to expect, if you've got a question on something else, please do drop it in the comments section below. I'm more than happy to help.